Hi guys, Tom here, the Associate Director for Commerce here in the UK and of course Europe. Today for Stuart's Market Update, we're going to whisk you away here from beautiful downtown London and actually fly you over to New York, where Stuart has been meeting the team and visiting some key clients.
Market sentiment right now is a little bit weird. Everyone out there is scared of the R word. I suppose I should just come out and say it. The R word is recession. Everyone is worried about and talking about recessions at the moment. It's something that is looming large, but I can sort of offer, I suppose, some positivity in amongst the gloom that we're seeing out there. Everywhere around the world has low unemployment rates at the moment, and job numbers are remaining pretty resilient. So wherever we are, whether that's the US, whether that's the UK, whether that's Hong Kong, Singapore, or India, we're seeing that jobs are still out there, people are still hiring, yet they're very, very nervous about what might come in the next quarter. Yeah, that's a really good question, because if I rewind the clock a little bit back to sort of the start of 2022, I'd have categorically said that the US was seeing a sort of real spike in terms of HR, activity, etc. Right now, there is no spike. Right now, if I look around the world and the new jobs that we're getting on, we're seeing similar job numbers coming on in every region that we're working in. I'm not quite sure what that's telling us. I think that's basically saying that there's still activity. People are still sort of confident in terms of their hiring and their processes, but nowhere is setting the pace right now. So it's pretty flat, but as I said, still relatively buoyant in almost every market that we're in. Yeah, again, I like this question because we recently ran a poll on LinkedIn about this, and 46% of people answered this question with mental health and well-being. I was surprised that the number was as high as it was, but it was fascinating to see that this is still a big issue. It started, I think, to become a real sort of problem during COVID, and that sort of migrated into people taking it really seriously now as a problem. So we're definitely seeing this as a trend, whether you're in employee relations, whether you're in an HR business partner role, this is something that you're going to have to deal with, and it's going to be an ongoing trend that we're going to see into 2023. The second trend that we're seeing, and this was answered by 26% of people, was organizational design and restructure. This, I think, is definitely heightened because of the sort of the gloomy economic outlook that we're seeing out there at the minute. So people, I think, they're working on their readiness strategy. If things do turn for the worst, what are we going to do? How do we get ready? How do we become more efficient? And that's going to mean people looking at their org design work and how they actually take the company forward in maybe slightly gloomier times. In saying that, I also think that people are going to do readiness work for when we start to pick up a little bit. Should the war in Ukraine stop, that will mean hopefully there's more positivity in the market. So they are the two key topics and trends that I sort of see over the next quarter and into next year. War for talent is over, talent has won. I find this statement really interesting. And I watched a video where someone actually said this about 20 minutes ago, just to sort of see the context that someone said it in. I personally don't like the statement because it means there's a result. And I think that this is an ongoing challenge and an ongoing battle. I think this is a war that's never going to end. We're never going to have a finite solution. And the reason I say that is because if economic climates do get a little bit gloomier into next year, there's going to be more talent available. And that means the trend is going to flip potentially. So I don't think that this is a statement that you can say categorically it's over. And that's probably why I don't like it. What I would say is that talent is winning. And I don't think there's any problem with saying that it's winning and this is an ongoing fight. Will that ebb and flow over the next 10 years? Absolutely. But I don't think definitively that you can turn around and say that talent has won. Super excited about the podcast. Season 4, I think it's actually going to be our best one yet. It's already started, and if you see, episode 1 was with Justine from the Inclusive Group, and we're talking about data-driven decisions around inclusivity and diversity in the workplace. Second one literally relaunched in the last sort of 24 hours with Novi and So Young, and that's talking about micro-learning. And coming up, we've got the 4-day work week where we look at different solutions, different options that people are genuinely considering. We talk about sleep deprivation in the workplace, and we have some other amazing guests that are launching HR businesses over the course of the next 3 or 4 months. So do listen and look, let us know if there's any thoughts or feedbacks or anything that you'd like to hear going forward.